What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. As you see by the title, it's called Are You Giving God More Time, or Are You Giving the World More Time? And it's one of those things that, God was just showing me, like, where I need to work on and different things. And he's also shown me too the growth I've done from when I was at in life to where I'm at now. And it's one of those situations, is like, I heard in this one song, Lecrae, they were like, when I'm at my lowest, that's when my prayer time be having some focus. And it's one of those things, it's like I've seen in my life that when I'm at my lowest, that's when I'm seeking God the more, in a sense, because I'm like, Lord, help me through this, help me through that, deliver me, help me, strengthen me through all my obstacles and journeys through life. And another thing too is like when you're feeling better and you see like yourself feeling better in different aspects, whether it's financially, physically, whatever, health-wise, anything, you still are focused on God, but maybe not as much as because you were lower. But then later when you're feeling healthy and you're good and you're 100%, God was showing me how, like, sometimes in my life that, I'll be like, I'm not going to read the Bible today, or I'm not going to have devotional time today, or, I may slip up and be like, I'm going to listen to worldly music or watch some more worldly shows instead of gospel related things. And it's one of those things God was just showing me. He was like, Christian, you need to lock in and focus on him and stay with him, as y'all seen in the other videos I made. But it's one of those things that God revealed this to me. He was showing me how, like, how do I say this? Like, I saw my PlayStation account. I stopped playing PlayStation earlier this year or like last year. And I looked at my app and I saw Fortnite I used to play. It said I played it 1,592 hours. So when I looked that up, I said, how many days is that worth in hours? When I looked it up, that means it's 66 days. So I was like, wow, it says I played Fortnite 66 days since 2017 till 2023 or 2024. And I'm like, that's a total of 24 hours per day, it's saying. You know what I'm saying? So that's like crazy. And I'm like, God was just showing me how I need to focus on him in my life. For example, like when I'm home and doing things home, I should be making videos and like preaching wise, and I should be focused on him, having devotional time. And when I'm watching things like on YouTube, I should be watching gospel related stuff instead of worldly stuff. And it's one of those things God was showing me, like, different things may be lawful, but it's not expedient. Are these things helping you and growing you and doing what you're supposed to do? And for example, like me, I'm a minister elect, and I'm doing my progress to become like a full minister locally. But it's one of those things, like when I'm just sitting down, watching like highlights on basketball, watching things, God's showing me that, like, that may be lawful to do, but is that expedient to your life? Like, meaning like for God, like, he's like, that time you should be like studying more for your training. That time you should be watching videos on God and learning more about God, reading the Bible, learning more about God, making videos about God, instead of me just constantly just putting the world first and just playing PlayStation for hours, then later watching worldly YouTube or Netflix for hours, and then going out driving, hanging out with friends for hours, and going to work for 8 hours or longer. So that whole day, now you go to sleep for hours, and look, you barely gave God time. And like I said, like when I saw that Fortnite breakdown, it said like, 66 days worth. I said, just imagine in a day, God breaks down the time. Let's say, like, for example, people do this. Okay, I wake up, I pray to God, and I thank God for him. And then I, read the verse of the day. Then I go to work for 8 hours. You come back from work, you may not even go straight to work. You may, let's say, go to the gym, or you may go hang with friends, or you may just go take a nap. Now you're taking a nap. You wake up, you're watching TV, this and this and that. You eat dinner, then you go back to sleep. So imagine God breaking down the day for you. He's like, you had 23 hours and let's say 50 minutes worth of a day of doing the world stuff, and you only had 10 minutes of time given me. That's not like what we should be doing. We should be giving God more, and we should be having God in all aspects of our lives. For example, you should be starting your day with God. In the middle of your day, you should have God. Whether it's when you break different things, you should be having God. And then at the end of the day, you should be ending it with God and not of these worldly things. So really break down to yourself. Are you giving God more time throughout your life and your journey, or are you giving the world more time? Because at the end of the day, all this is temporary, and later the next life is eternity. So it's one of those things, is like, get right with God, really seek him, really be with him for day-to-day life, and understand that this is soon going to end and we're going to be judged. And just imagine, like, I thought of it too. I broke down another way. I was like, if I had a wife right now, like, imagine I only gave her 10 minutes of my day. Would she be happy? No. So how do you think God feels when you only give him 10 minutes of your day, when you got 24 hours in a day to do all that? Exactly. So make sure you give God more time, not the world. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.